This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah. In a previous class, we have discussed. I will remind. Okay, just I will go through what we discussed yesterday, so it will be easy to continue for next session, next topics. Okay. We have discussed about SAP. What is SAP and how many modules is in SAP? We can see and organization structure. Okay. What is the organizational structure? Then what is a P2P cycle and master data and transactional data and after transactional data, goods receipt and vendor. Okay, so now we are going to discuss about goods receipt. As explained, so once we raise the order to supplier, based on the delivery date, supplier will send the goods to our store, that is based on plant and storage location or any direct consumption, that is asset or cost center or any direct consumption or production. So the goods receiving, once we raise the PO and he will accept the order acknowledgement, then goods receipt will be uh, when supplier is send goods physically into our store, so the organization will do the goods receipt, that is a transaction MIGO. I'm not mentioning any transaction here, just I'm giving you overview. But yesterday also I have not mentioned anywhere that transactions we will use to create the documents. Okay, that I will mention previous one also. Okay, before this I will give you. Okay, I will give you the after invoice. Okay, so for the after physically we receive the goods from supplier, we will organization will do the goods receipt based on the purchase order quantity. Okay, so goods receipt can do can be done based on with reference to below points. Okay, so with reference to first, we can do against the purchase order, and second one against the inbound delivery. This one we will discuss when we enter into the inbound delivery topic. Inbound delivery. Okay, and against the outbound delivery. Against the reservation or against the production order. Against the outbound delivery. And again is without any reference. Others. This is the types that we will. It is not a type, so it is based on which document we will receive the goods. That is the types. These many types with reference to we will receive the goods by using the document. These documents. Okay. So before that, before go to goods receipt creation, we will do some configuration. That is for number ranges, goods receipt document number ranges. Okay. And the document type, even document type will be also will be useful for the purchase order and purchase requisition. Based on document type only we will create it, because based on document type only we can understand what is a business process we are going to do. That all we'll discuss. Okay. The number ranges, document type. For every document it will be mandatory to create a to proceed to create a document type documents. Okay. So the document type we will, and also number ranges, document type, and the tolerances we can configure. Tolerances means that user, suppose PO will create a 10 pieces for 10 quantity pieces, then so but uh, user business want to restrict based on the users. They need to create only, they want to create only the particular quantity into the business. So that is also uh, will be, we will create the configuration for the goods receipt. And the goods receipt, as I said, it is a moment type MIGO. So when we enter the MIGO transaction, will create it against the document number. Okay. So after that we will also use the movement types. This is a huge subject that we will discuss. And the doc that is account assignments, that is related to movement type, account assignment categories, and the movement type, the valuation categories, valuation clause, and material type combinations. So that we will discuss in detail when we enter into the accountable discussion. How moment type will be picked, and what is the keys, and once we post the goods receipt, so what is the keys will be triggered based on the moment type. Okay. So moment type, moment types. And when you, if you have a WM module, so when you enter the, when you create the material master along with the WM tabs, then mm, we will also get WM tab into the goods receipt. And if you having the batch for the material, so batch tab also will be appear. Okay. This is the additional tabs based on the scenario for the material. So additionally these tabs will be appear. Okay. So movement times is a mandatory. So and header level, it will ask you to enter the header text. It is a mandatory for every document creation. These others means without any reference document also we will receive the goods. Okay, so that is about the goods receipt. Okay, but the goods receipt, and also we have transfer postings or STOs. We'll discuss before that. Okay, STOs. Yesterday we discussed that is a procurement, special procurements. That is a special STOs intra and inter. But here STOs are, it is related to that is a shipping with shipping. This is the without shipping stock transfer. Stock transfer. Okay, this is without shipping and without shipping and store to store, plant to plant. So here there is no shipping needed to transfer it, but just by using the moment time, we will create this. We will transfer the stock from store to store and plant to plant, and transfer posting. Transfer postings. Transfer postings. It is within a storage locations. Example: black stock to unrestricted stock. We will have a different types of stocks and a storage location level. Okay, that is a unrestricted, black, quantity, and quality. Unrestricted, quality, black, and it is against the vendor, and special stocks we have, and returns. So all these types of stocks, the transfer posting we will do within a storage location. Okay, that is from unrestricted to quality, or vice versa. Okay, then blocked to quality, or, and this is also vice versa, and quality to blocked. So these are the transfer posting within storage locations. So here the most important is, here we can see after post the GR document, keys will be triggered. But when it come to the transfer stock and transfer postings, keys will not be triggered, because this is the stock transfer postings within a storage location to storage location and plant to plant. That means it is not without shipping. Okay, so here there is no keys will not be triggered, as it is a plant to plant transfer postings, and within a plant, it is not going to outside plant. After stock transfers, transfer postings, and okay, this is about the goods receipt. After receive the goods into our stock or our premises, business premises, we will go for to raise a invoice to vendor, right? As we discussed that P2P cycle, what will be next and what we will do, the sequence process. Okay, invoice. So This is the invoice we will raise to vendor based on the PO quantity and price. PO will have a quantity and price that is automatically when you enter the PO number in your invoice, the automatically PO quantity and price will picked up into the invoice direct automatically. Okay, but you can edit it both the quantity and price. Okay, so here invoice we can say before go to invoice document, you will configure it. You need to configure the number ranges for the invoice. Okay, and document type, which document type will use for which type. Okay, so briefly I'm explaining, so in detail we'll go when we discussing. And types, how many types of invoices: debit memo and credit memo, subsequent debit memo, subsequent credit memo. Okay, so these are the types of invoices. What is the types, why we will use these many types of invoices in the business process? So when you are receiving, when you raise the order to vendor and receive the goods after order, so you will raise an invoice to vendor, so that is called debit memo. Okay, so and subsequent credit memo. So credit memo means it is vice versa. When you need to receive the amount from vendor, such cases, some cases you will receive the amount from vendor. Example, due to poor quantity, poor quality, so vendor has provided you the quality is poor for the products, but amount is already paid. Okay, so in such cases you will return the goods to vendor, then you will receive the amount whatever you have already paid. That is the useful of credit memo. Okay, and subsequent credit debit memo, it is also the payment to the vendor, but subsequent debit memo, whenever quantity is here, whenever GR is posted and amount is payment is complete, invoice posted and payment also completed, but you cannot go with the debit memo after payment completion. So once payment also completed from finance side, you will go for the subsequent debit memo. Subsequent debit memo, uh, here it is a quantity will be fixed, but we can edit the price, whatever the price you want to pay to vendor. Here it is a subsequent credit memo. This credit memo will be same as credit memo. Okay, this subsequent credit memo means we here also credit memo means we need to get the amount from supplier. Here also same thing that, but here quantity will be fixed, but we can edit only the price. That is about the types of invoices. And one more thing here we will discuss about the ERS process. Okay, evaluate, receipt, ERS, evaluation, receipt. So ERS process means here uh, vendor will we will not receive, as I said before, our invoice vendor will send the one invoice, that is reference invoice. So when vendor is not receiving, not sending the invoice, so we will raise, the system will raise automate by using one tree code. So we will raise a invoice to the vendor instead of the vendor invoice. Okay, so that we will call evaluate reset settlement it is. Okay, so that vendor has to accept it. For this, we will maintain some configuration on the master data as well as the PO. Okay, vendor, in a vendor, will be creating the vendor, we need to select the ERS checkbox, and also in the PO invoice tab ERS will be picked, so that we need to select it to go further process for the ERS. And transactions, just brief I will give you how we will create a, okay, it is not again as the document, I will give you from beginning what is the T code, we, that is a transactional code we will use to create the documents. Okay, for every step, for configuration and also for path, also we have a direct T code, you can go one by one path, also you can go directly by using the transaction codes. Okay, okay, here I will write for every, first I will write it T codes. For the purchase requisition, you can see ME51N and PO ME21N and goods receipt MIGO and invoice receipt MIRO. Okay, this is about the procurement, normally procurement process. This is all what we discussed right now till now. So that is a P2P cycle, the types and why we will use and how we will use into the business. So additionally, we have the for the documents, how price will pick into the BO and release strategies we will have. Why release strategies will be useful. Okay, that also we'll discuss. First, we'll go the topic to the release strategy. Okay, so release strategy. Why it is useful for the business. Okay, so also contract and schedule agreement also will be there. So we will create release strategy will be useful for the all purchase documents. Okay, so here example we are taking the PR for the purchase requisition. Normally release strategy we need to we will configure in the system based on the field combination. So release strategy tab will be appear in all purchase documents. Okay, so mm, why we will use the release strategy, example PR is created by the user in business, but business want their higher level management want to see how the PR is created with, for which quantity Okay, and the PO, what is the valuation price here, and higher level want to see what is the PO, how the PO is created, what is the delivery date, what is the vendor, and what is the order quantity it is, what is the price. Okay, these all need want to check at higher level. So based on codes will be triggered into the release strategy tab. Code means the person. Okay, so they will check the order and they will approve the order. Okay, after final approval, so order will be ready to vendor. Okay, when it will go, it is after released, so order will go to the vendor. Until that we can say it is a pending PO. Okay, pending, waiting for release or something. So the important thing is PR, purchase requisition, the release strategy. We can release at header and item levels, but purchase order level we can release only at header level, not possible at item level. Okay, so here first we will go for the characters. Characteristic creation. Here we will use CL20 CD04 transaction we will use, and after characteristics class we will create a class and release indicators, then release codes, then release strategy. Okay, the release strategy, sorry, release group. We will create a release group. First we will create a characteristic. This is the configuration to pick the release strategy tab into the PR and PO all purchase documents. Characteristics we will create a class, release group, release indicators, and release codes. And when we creating the configuring the release strategy, so by using release group and release codes, we will go for the release strategy configuration. Okay, in a CL directly in a classification tab will be there in release strategy. Okay, that is the T code CL20N. If example, in the PR we are using some cost center and plant and document type, uh, whatever we are using those fields, if that fields are satisfied in this transaction, when we configuring the release strategy, so the tab release strategy tab will be appear in a PR level, whether it is item level or header level. Okay, that the same will be applicable for PO. When we configuring the release strategy for PO path. Okay, so whatever the fields is satisfying for PO creation and also classification tab, so that once fields are satisfied, whatever the fields having CL20N classification tab, into the PO, then release strategy tab will be appear PO header level. Okay. So here I will write the important point is PR can release both header and item level, but PO can release only header level. This is a important, even it is a interview question. Okay. And one more important thing is, as we discussed, release codes is a members, that is their manager levels to approve the documents. So how many codes we can use into the PO or any purchase documents? That is a maximum number of codes we will use. That is a 8 is 8. Okay. If business want more than 8 release codes, means many people are there to release the document has to release, so then we can extend enhance by help of ABAPer. As we discussed, the ABAPer is a technical thing. Is there if any technically support needed for the business, that to enhance any new things or which is not available in a standard SAP, so we will go to ABAPer and get the help to enhance those requirement, fulfill the requirement of business. Okay. So this is about the release strategy. We will discuss it in detail when we go for the system. um, so in detail we'll go one by one, how release strategy will be configured, how release strategy tab will be appear into the purchase documents, and how what is the fields is a mandatory, how is the combination of PO fields and the CL20 and classification tab fields. Okay. So here one more important business process. It is not a process the same as release strategy. uh, Pricing procedure also will be mandatory for business to calculate the amount. Okay. Pricing procedure. Okay. Pricing procedure will be useful for the business to calculate the amount for the material. Okay. So for the material, whether it is a gross price or net price or freight charges or any surcharges, based on the condition types, amount will be calculated multiplying with the PO quantity. Okay. For that, we will go for the configuration. That is the first we will go for the group creation. Okay. Group creation. First we will create a group, then access sequence. Okay, let me write it, then we'll discuss what is the importance of those. And condition types, and calculation, and calculation schema calculation. schema calculation. Okay, so assign schema. Okay, this is the main important configuration required to calculate the prices. Okay, so first we will go for the group creation, that is condition will group create a group. Okay, so that is for you, by using the fields we'll create a group and access sequence. So this access sequence we will create it to fetch the condition type amount into the PO automatically. And condition types, it is a, it will differentiate the what is the type of price it is, and also example, if it is a gross price, so we will use one condition type, whether it is a quantity base or percentage base, so that we will configure in the condition type level. Okay, if it is a gross price, not only gross price, freight and any surcharges or any net price charges, everything. So based on the condition type, different condition types we have for every price, so that will configure. Okay, and schema calculation. So schema configuration we will do that by using the condition types. So when you enter and open the calculation schema calculation condition types, we will use the same condition types into the calculation schema. That is 1 2 3, that is a counter. We will enter one by one condition types. So same condition types, whatever we are maintaining the calculation schema condition types, so same it will pick into the PO. Okay, here in a schema will have 16 steps. Okay, that is important, need to remember what is those steps and what is the important of those steps. Okay, when we enter into the system, that I will show you, or I have a system. Okay, I can show you because it is a very important how it is. Directly I will enter for you to show you how price will be. uh, Only to show you, I'm going directly by using the T code. Okay, so this is looks, this is the pricing procedure we can, this is the standard one. Normally uh, standard purchase requisition, but no, sorry, pricing procedure will be there into the system. Okay, when we enter into the control, these are the steps we need to uh, remember, and we need to study what is the importance of every each step. Okay, so step and counter, and these are the condition types. So similarly, how it looks like the condition types one by one, same it will pick into the PO. Okay, example. Okay, let me complete it, then we will go for that. Okay, 16 steps and assign schema. Assign schema, on what basis schema pricing procedure will pick into the PO, that is based on purchase org and vendor schema group. So and pricing procedure, we will pricing procedure, that I shown you, right? RM0000 as a standard. So that one, and the vendor schema group. we will create a vendor schema group before this, and this schema group we will maintain at vendor level. And purchase arc, whatever we are using the purchase arc here in the combination, so that purchase arc need to be maintained at purchase order level. That purchase organization and that vendor, whatever we are maintaining the vendor schema group, that vendor. And so when we use these two, when PO is satisfied with these two fields, so this pricing procedure will be picked into the purchase order. Item level condition tab will be there in PO, so it will be placed into the condition tab. Okay, I will show you for your reference. I will show you how it will be in a PO and how the PO looks like. Okay, so the pricing procedure. This is a how pricing procedure will be picked. In the 16 steps, we can important things we will have that what is a see we here we have a accuracy key, accrual key, account key, and this is accrual key and statistical key, and this is required manual. And statistical key and accrual key, mostly they will ask you what is these importance by when you're using into the pricing procedure. So that is very important. We need each step is important, we need to learn, but those two frequently, that is a interview question. So next, types of pricing procedures. Okay, that is a time dependent. First, types dependent, time independent. So that means time dependent and time independent. So the pricing procedure will fetch into the PO purchase orders, purchase order and purchase documents. Okay, but time dependent. So that is here in a time independent, we will maintain the condition type and pricing procedure. That condition type uh, and that will come into the automatically into the PO. It will calculate. So then this will useful for the PO and schedule agreement. But time dependent means the condition types will be copied, but it will not pick automatically. Okay, pricing procedure will pick, but we will enter it manually the prices for the against the condition type. That is for info record and contract. Okay, so it will useful like that. But here condition types we will have PBXX and PB00 is a manual. PBXX is a manual. This is the important thing. Manual and PB00 is a automatic. So then PBXX, PB00 automatic. What is the difference of condition types? This is for gross price example. Okay, this is for gross price. This is for net price. Example, yeah, it is for gross price. So if you take uh, condition type, how it will pick. So automatic, how the automatic and what is the manual? So manual means if there is no condition record for this condition type, So we need to enter the price manually into the purchase document. If there is no condition record for the condition type, you need to create a um, condition record. Then price will be picked in automatically into the PO. That is the condition record. We will create condition record MEK1. By using transaction, we will create a condition record. So when the fields are satisfied with the condition record, then that condition type price will pick into the automatically into the PO. Okay. Yeah, I will show you example how it will be. So this is the PO. Okay. So here we will have the condition tab. See, this is a condition tab, item level. These are the condition types. PBXX. PBXX, what we discussed, it is a manual entry. So there is no condition record. Here you can see whether it is a condition record available for this condition type. No condition record. Okay. So what is the condition type for automatic? That is standard PB00. Okay. Yeah. And here we can see this pricing procedure. RM0000 I have shown you, right? So when you enter into the analysis, so you can see this is the pricing procedure GIMP04. GIMP04. So this is the pricing procedure picked into the this PO. Okay, that we can understand. And in the pricing procedure, these are the condition types maintained sequentially. Sequence. Okay. See, PB double X it is there. So condition has been found without condition record. As I said, condition record will be useful to fetch the condition type price into the PB. Okay, so like this way you can understand how the pricing procedure will work. Okay, these are the condition type is important for each non-deductible tax and what is the condition type for see it is input tax like this. Based on that, so we will understand, and the amount will be calculated based on the this is the for each. So this amount will calculate the based on the PO quantity. Okay, so this is the total price into 10, this price into 100 of quantity. Okay, this is for about first line item. So we can create a PO with a multiple line items. Then I'm going to second line item. So this is about the different why we will go for the different line item, multiple line items means that is the for same vendor for different material. If you agree with the vendor to send the goods from same vendor with a different materials, so we will go for different line items in a single PO. Okay, this is about the pricing procedure. Okay, this is the huge subject. When we practice it, it will be very interesting how it is picking from where, how it is calculating, but whether it is quantity or percentage basis. Okay, very interesting subject, really strategy also. And I want to tell you one thing that is in invoice. Okay, invoice three-way check and two-way check. What is this? Two-way check and three-way check. When you're creating the invoice, okay, so three-way check means we have an option in purchase requisition, purchase order. This is the purchase order. So when we go to the invoice tab, you have GR based IV, right? But when you create GR based IV, uh, invoice you can create only after goods receipt. Mm. That is clearly telling GR based IV. So purchase order, goods receipt, invoice. If you take the checkbox, then purchase order, goods receipt, then invoice will accept it. But you cannot create invoice before GR. If you not check, so you can create the invoice before GR also. Okay, so three-way check, what is happening? So three-way check means when you're creating the invoice by using GR based IV, then invoice document will consider the PO quantity and GR quantity, then invoice. So two-way check means when you not uncheck the GR based IV, so directly invoice will calculate the PO quantity and price because there is no GR in between. So that is we call two-way check. Very interesting subject, even invoice, how it is and types. When you practice it, it will be very easy. Okay, then what is the subject we will go for next? Then in invoice, so you can calculation. It is after invoice. Then I will. Hmm. So we have contracts. It is also purchase documents. Okay, contracts and schedule agreements. This is the we can discuss before this release strategy and all, but it also will be considered as purchase documents. Okay, that is the transactional data. Um, so contracts we will have the types. Contract, that mean you will have the contract agreement with the vendor for certain period. Okay, that we will call as a contract by using ME 31K. This is the transaction and types. Types, uh, quantity base, quantity contract, and value contract, and centrally agreed contract. This is the types. Okay, this MK document type we will, and value WK document type we will use, and centrally agreed CCTV document type will create. Before that, we will create the number ranges for the documents. Okay, and document types, document types. So these are the contract. So contract can be created with reference to with reference to can be created with reference to RFQ. Okay, with reference to requisition, and without any reference also we can create the contract. Okay, so this is about the contract that we will discuss in detail how it will be and how contract will be created and price will be, and what based on the document type, how the business processes differentiate, that everything we will discuss. Okay. And schedule agreement. Schedule agreement. So this is the schedule agreement. It is also the uh, agreement between vendor and business for the certain period. Okay, that is a schedule agreement. Here we will use the same. We will go for the creation number ranges before creating the documents. L, it is a creation. Okay, number ranges and document types. Okay, so document types, mostly it is important to LA, LP and LPA document types. So what is LP? Okay, how it differentiate? LP document means that we will create, first we will create an agreement in a ME31L, then we will maintain the quotations, that is ME. Okay, so this is, we will use release, the release strategy, that is we will maintain the quotations ME38. Okay, ME38 you will maintain, and 84 you will the release the schedule agreement at line items to the vendor. T code you will use, and LPA we will use ME38, and then ME84 to release is the line, schedule line we'll call. Okay, so this is a huge subject. LPA is a huge subject. LP is a normal business process that we will create the document in ME38, and then it will go to the vendor based on the schedule line date, delivery date. Vendor will send us the goods. But come to the LPA, we will have, we need to create a document, maintain quotation in ME38. Then again we need to release it whenever it is required. So before that, we in LPA we will have the creation profile. Creation profile we need to create based on the creation profile, that too JIT, just in time, and forecast, forecasting. So based on these types, so based on the creation profile, so LPA document will be work. Okay, so that is about contract and schedule agreement. So we will discuss, and I will remind what we discussed today. Okay, so here you can see it is a We have started from goods receipt. Okay, goods receipt, types of goods receipt and number ranges. What is the movement types, document type, movement type. Okay, header, text. These are okay. Stock transfers and transfer postings. Okay, and come to the invoice. We discussed what is the invoice, types of invoices, how to raise it. Okay, and T codes. What is the T codes to create the documents? After that, the topic is your release strategy. Okay, release strategy, how it is useful for the business, and pricing procedure. What is the pricing procedure? How it will be useful, and contracts and schedule agreement. Okay, so this is the topics we have covered today. So tomorrow we will discuss few business points. That is, we will discuss the process MRP, and also we will maintain account side. We will maintain for different prices, internal or external. When you buying the material, for internal is a different price and external is a different price. What is the process and configuration for that? And also we will discuss um, that we will call. Okay, and after MRP, material prices, right? Different prices, external and internal price for material, different prices for material. Okay, so and also we will
This conference will now be recorded.